The Retro Buzz starts right after this.
Hey guys, it's Friday, so it's time for the Retro Buzz, and we've got a slobber knocker of a show for you tonight. No, this isn't Survivor Series, and this isn't WrestleMania, but it is going to be a very interesting show, so we're going to have a lot of fun. Joining us, a very happy Glen Planamento. Why are you so happy, Glen?
Well, not only do I have my new wave toys, Dragon's Lair, which I absolutely love, but as you can see, it's in his protective sleeve, so it's safe to play. See? You still play it. But my God, people, if you don't get one of these, you're crazy. I mean, you can't play it, but it looks, it's just so nice.
But wait, how many did you get? Just one?
One for now. You know, I want to make sure other people can get it first because, people are going to hate me already because I've already got, two of these.
And it's already in a bag.
The one I've infected and the one that's pandemic safe to play. I'll put each one there. So.
We also got with us, we've got, a very reserved Mr. Douglas Smith. Go ahead, Doug.
First of all, I've just got to ask, Glenn, bring back that the Game & Watch, the second one that's in the bag.
Oh, yeah.
I got to see what kind of bag is that? That literally looks like a grocery shopping bag.
That is exactly what it is. Did you know when you go to the grocery store in the fruit aisle, they have these little bags they give you for your game system?
For somebody that used to run a grocery store for over a decade, that's as soon as I saw it, I'm like, that literally looks like a produce vegetable bag.
Yeah. Warning, it is for video games and vegetables, not for your face. It says so right there in the green.
My goodness.
Well, now we know, if you're
Good eye,
at the
Doug.
grocery store and you're looking for toilet paper, don't worry about it because they don't have any, but they do have plenty of those vegetable bags that you can double up as protective protective equipment.
You were close. It's with a V, but it's video game bags.
Okay. Close enough. But yeah. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, it's great to have you here. And some of the other laughter that you've been hearing, we've got the first time back since the end of Legends Center. We've got, I didn't put Macho Dubs, but we've got Macho Dubs. Patrick, welcome.
Oh, yeah, dig it. Happy to be here, guys. Thanks for inviting me to the show. Super excited to be part of this broadcast. Can't wait.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm dying for sugar corn pops now. Can you say that again? Dig them.
And Glenn, that bag it's ridiculous, bro. I mean,
hey, who taught protection?
I hate
my friend.
Christmas is coming. I'd hate to see the way you wrap Christmas presents. You know what I mean? I feel bad for little Cole. Like he's like, Dad, there's like 9 rolls of toilet paper wrapped around this a transformer. It's covered, okay? It's covered. Shut up. Merry Christmas.
And remember to wipe twice. Terrible wrapping.
So,
well, it's great to have you here, and we also got your tag team partner, Mr. Michael Burry, Michael the Game Genie. Welcome, buddy.
Thank you so much. I've been waiting so long to come on the show with you guys. You have no idea.
Why?
Well, your check to clear.
Jeez. Yeah, you have to pay Glenn a certain amount.
Yeah,
man.
The Canadian, man, they hold up in the bank like a month. I wasn't letting them on until we got it cleared.
Well, it's good to have you guys here. What I want to kind of do is I thought it would be kind of interesting, and I'm going to steal something from Rex. Rex has a good way of keeping everybody kind of in check and keep everybody in line. So that's what I want to kind of do tonight because we've got the Retro Buzz versus the Super Game Room dudes, but we're not doing a game show. What what we want to do here tonight is we want to digest some of the stuff that's happened here over the last couple days with AtGames, with the CoinOps X. We want to talk about their pinball changes, and we want to get everybody's opinion on here because we haven't really discussed this except for like our own separate videos and blogs. But I think this is a great way that we can kind of put this out there to everybody and get everybody's opinion on this and see what worked and what didn't work. And by his absence, Daniel, we've decided that Daniel wants to go off and do some stuff with Fortnite, Minecraft, and all the stuff that we really don't like to do. So I told him that I'd work with him and create his own shows that he can host and he can do and reach the generation at his age. So unfortunately, he's not going to be with us anymore on the Retro Buzz. Maybe we'll have him on occasionally, once in a blue moon. But for right now, we wanted to get back to the way things used to be and the camaraderie that we had. And it was nothing. He was happy to do it. He's like, yeah, okay, Dad, whatever. So that's what's coming up. So let's dive into this. Let's start with our guests. And Michael B, I'm going to start with you. AtGames CoinOps X, that was hot and heavy right now. The new way that they're doing it, offloading it to a USB thumb drive. Did you like this change? Was it a bad move? A lot of people want to know.
I think it was an incredibly smart move. I mean, we've got pinball right around the corner, and people are very concerned about how pinball is going to work on the new cabinet, how it's going to work. People don't like streaming pinball, so this seems to be an opportunity for you to have more storage, and maybe pinball will be playable directly from your USB stick.
Pdubs.
Well, as you guys know, I have owned 1,213 arcade machines in my life, and I went through those machines, and luckily I backed up my own ROMs from those arcade machines before I sold them to save space. So, you know, when the update came out and I couldn't access my backed up arcade machine ROMs, like a lot of you, I got nervous. I got scared. What's going on here? But after TechBuzz released a couple of videos showing me how to access my backed up arcade machine ROMs, I got super excited because it makes great sense. Obviously, a lot of folks weren't happy about having to log in to their ArcadeNet accounts in order to access their add-on games. And now via this update, technically, you don't need to log in to do it. You just need to turn on Flash Drive X and you can access your add-on games. So there's a pro to that. As well as it kind of shows us the future of AtGames. I mean, this thing is called App Store X. A store could mean a couple things. It could mean storage, or does it mean store, buy games, get games, more games? What do you guys think?
Doug?
I'm personally pissed off. I don't like it whatsoever because, quite frankly, until they put the classic game Hangman on their app store, I'm not going to support this at all. Until I can play Hangman on my AtGames Legends Ultimate Arcade cabinet, it's a no from me, boss.
Glen?
No, in reality, I'm fine with it. I'm the boring one. It takes a lot to ruffle my feathers, and I'm okay with change. And for the most part, everything I can tell about this change has been for the best, to free up space and free up some, processing power on the machines and the devices. So I'm all for it. If I have to jump through a couple extra hoops to get this set up, spend a little time to optimize my machine, I'm all for it because let's face it, it's already doing all sorts of crazy things we never thought were going to be possible. So I'm happy to keep chugging along and plugging along, doing whatever I got to do to keep those things working.
What about you, Glenn? What's your take?
Well, when I'm backed up, Taco Bell usually takes care of that. So, I mean, usually an hour later, I am up there and I am not backed up anymore. It's very good. But in all seriousness, I do think it's a smart move only because there is I would say a ton of limited space on there, but it has a limitation on how much you could put on this machine. And as we all know, that AtGames Legends and their whole product line, their whole ecosystem has a lot of different features you can put on there. And it needs space. Everything needs a program or the ROM, and there's no way to easily add space unless you want to call Microsoft to see if they have double space still available for license. But other than that, I think it's the only way they could go with the current hardware design for these boards, and to try and make it the same across the board between the Ultimate all the way down to their the Connect board, which is again advantageous, because what you do on one will translate to the rest at this point. So I think it's a smart move.
That's kind of what I was wondering, because I don't think people really understand that there's only a certain amount of storage on this board, right? So this was just the next logical step for it. And so I'm interested. What do you guys think? We'll start with Dubs this time. What do you think that is coming down the road for this App Store X, besides obviously at, you know, coin ops and the marquee feature?
Well, I think that it means we're going to see more third-party applications. I mean, when they first announced third-party applications, there was a promise made that we're going to see a lot of cool stuff, and they've added Pixelcade, they've added Coin Ops, they added Cody, and then there's more to come, right? So I'm thinking we're going to see some more third-party apps. Technically, at this point, your machine technically has unlimited storage. As many thumb drives as you have, that's what you got, right? So moving that storage off the unit is really cool in my opinion, because yes, this thing doesn't come with 64 gigabytes of memory like other arcade machines about to hit the market. So for them to be able to find a way to technically give you unlimited storage is really cool. So I'm assuming we're going to see more third-party applications, and I'm also assuming we're going to finally see the launch of ArcadeNet sooner than we think. Don't quote me on that though. But I mean, App Store, they've been hyping ArcadeNet. We got more games coming, all that kind of stuff, whether they're pinball games, arcade games. I'm excited to see what all this means. I can't wait to see what happens in the next couple of months.
I'm gonna mess it up here. Doug, what's your take?
Just like Pdubs said there, I think it's leaning more towards the third-party things, but things like ArcadeNet specifically. I mean, I've really been enjoying my free 3 months of ArcadeNet that I've had for 15 months now. So my tip of the cap to the entire team at AtGames, because they are very lenient on that free 3 months. So I've enjoyed it thus far, but I'd like to see it, rolled into its alpha stage and see it in its fullest form with all the bells and whistles and all the extensions and capabilities that it allows for, just turned up to 11, so to speak.
Michael B.
Options, and that's what I'm excited about here. There's so many options. I am relatively new to the AtGames ecosystem. I just got my Legends Ultimate there about a month ago, but I've been enjoying ArcadeNet, and I see a lot of opportunity for them to do more with ArcadeNet in the future that would involve you having some storage. There's a possibility. I don't know for certain, but I really like the Game Pass model on Xbox, where you can go in, you have your free service or your paid service, but then you actually download the game to your system to make sure it optimized playing experience. Maybe they could do that in the future. This opens up opportunities to do stuff like that.
Glenn, you're all about options.
I am, and to go back to what Doug said before about the 3-month trial, AtGames never actually told us what 3 months were. Was it May, December, February? So technically,
Very true.
we're still within that time frame. Right. So, that being said, I want everyone to sit down and think for 1 second. I mean, we've had these machines since launch, right? Version 1.0 software. AtGames released this machine, and they've been very supportive of the community and listening to the community. Think about when they designed this board. They did not have any idea of all the ideas that the community and us gave them to add, and they added them.
Right.
But now adding these new features, we went from version 1.0 to what, 5.11 now? What,
Yeah.
5.11?
Yeah,
Ron?
5.11. Yep.
So think about how much information we gave them that they said, you know what, that's a great idea. Let's add it. That's a great idea. Let's add it. That takes up space. So again, having the space, I mean, ArcadeNet is going to be a big thing when it finally comes out of beta and whatever that is. And Doug, I was happy with my free 3 months, man. You're killing it. But with that being said, they're adding so many things to the ecosystem of AtGames. And think about something else as well. I mean, sit down for 1 second and think about this. Think about AtGames 2 years ago. What did people think about AtGames 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Across the board. And now, what do they think about them today? They are basically like Hyundai of the 80s. They came on, they weren't a laughing stock, but you didn't really buy it, you didn't really care about it. Now, Hyundais, I've had a few of them. They're great cars. And they've turned it around. So, two sides of the coin. One, they've gone from a brand that was, I don't want to say a laughing stock, because that's really not the right word to use, but they were a brand that wasn't seen in the same light they're being seen as now. Now it's almost like a premium brand with their items, and they're adding so many features. They need space, and Doug's gonna ruin my free arcade net for 3 months because he brought it up. And I think it's good, but I'm just dying to see where they're gonna go with it because they are adding all these things, but not everything's implemented yet. So I'm kind of dying to see what they're gonna do with it.
It'll be interesting to see the types of applications. But Glenn, I mean, you're making hardware to go with these arcades as well, right?
That is correct. And I know one of the things that people have been beating me up on is the Tron joystick. That's one thing. And I want to let everyone know it hasn't been on Amazon because we've been doing an update to that as well. I will kind of go through my refresh of devices. So we need to make sure the Tron joystick works with the 1.0 cabinet as well as the 1.1 cabinet. We're very close. I'm expecting a final sample to make sure that cabling is okay, and then we can get that back online. The Star Wars yoke is out, and I have it out to some influencers who are also very big into Raspberry Pis as well as the AtGames Legends, and we're gonna do some testing on there in real time. And then we have mounts to be available for it. So yes. And I know the next thing everyone's looking for is that, is it Akira Warriors or I always messed that up. Akira Warriors? What?
Akari Warriors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, there we go. Atari Warriors.
No,
Okay,
not Atari Warriors, Akari.
So we have these other things coming down the pipeline. But yeah, so for everyone that wanting that Tron joystick, it's coming probably the next month. It's just that we had to update the cabling for that new 1.1 cabinet.
Well, and that was something that I was wondering too. Maybe we'll have Glenn's applications inside of where in the app you can buy Glenn's toys.
It's already trademarked.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's really good. Let's shift gears here a little bit, and let's talk about the changes to pinball. And since Glenn, we left off with you, I'm going to kind of go into that with you. The changes. We saw a pinball machine a couple months ago, and while you're talking, I'll pull it up.
Oh yeah.
You talk about AtGames listening. Where are we at?
I'm telling you, I was kind of excited with the other machine as well. The previous one, I there were some things I didn't like about it, but I was just excited for the size of it, the 60 frames per second, the larger displays. But when I saw this last one here, we saw it slightly before everyone else, so we got a little preview of this beforehand. And man, I am really excited for this thing now. I mean, you guys know I got no room left. Cole is literally gonna be on the front porch in the wintertime so I can get this in the house. But I am really excited for not only just the aesthetics of it, like Doug mentioned in his video. The original slant of the machine wasn't the best, and they kind of fixed that. The plunger wasn't bad, but they fixed that. The front panel was too busy, they fixed that. The little joystick on there, maybe I could get a big Tron joystick slapped on top of that little directional pad over there and go crazy with it. But I really think they have a really big hit on here. If this thing delivers what they're saying as far as the frame rate, as far as the quality of the cabinet when we get it, if it's like the Legends Ultimate, I really think they got a huge hit on here for anyone remotely interested in a V-Pin unit. I mean, it just looks nice. The frame rate's really slow here, but that's us. That's not AtGames frame rate. That's our frame rate.
Yeah, this
right
is
there.
me pulling it in, so sorry about that, guys.
But even the artwork on there, I think Nostalgia said he had some influence on how they're going to do the artwork on there. I just think it's a nice looking machine. When someone walks into a room, it's going to be an eye catcher. And then when they start playing it, if the frame rate is kept up as it is, it's going to be a winner.
What about you, Mr. Michael B? What's your take on this?
I love the changes they made to the cabinet. I'm much like Glenn. I thought the last cabinet looked great, and I was just surprised at how fluid they were, how quickly they could respond to pretty much everything the community put forward that they wanted to see change with the table, and they knocked it out of the park. Especially if you look on the front, I love that faux coin door and the buttons to coin yourself in. That's my favorite thing right there. I love it.
Dubs, what do you think?
Well, I think it looks like a real pinball machine now, right? I mean, before it looked kind of like a I don't know, you know how AtGames like their Legends Ultimate. Their Legends Ultimate's an arcade machine, but it's kind of like it's something totally different with the swan shape design and things like that. And when the first pinball machine came out, I was like, okay, I think it looks cool. I thought it looked good enough, honestly, in my opinion. That's what I just said in all my videos. But of course, there's always opportunity for improvement, and they listened to feedback, and they made these last minute changes, and now it looks even more like a real pinball machine. So I think it looks pretty good, like really good now. Like I'm excited, and I can't wait to hopefully get one. You know what I mean? Like I really want to have this in my house.
Doug, according to Glenn, you have competition now with this pinball machine. What do you think?
I have competition.
Yeah, because everybody says it looks so good, and Glenn always says that you look so
Oh.
good. So, you know, you got competition now. Look out.
For starters, yeah. I mean, if you want to improve this even more, because like it's sitting at like a 9.5.
Oh, okay.
You want to dial it up to 9.8 or 9.9 maybe. I noticed there's 3 different logos on there that say Legends Pinball. My suggestion: get rid of at least one of those. You don't need 3. I mean, let's be honest. We know it says Legends Pinball. We get it. We can see it in 3 different directions. Maybe, you know, put something. I don't know. I'm trying to think something that grabs the eye. Something that, you know, just draws you in, and you know, just something. I can't. I'm trying to put my
I think your
finger
finger is on it.
He's
Your
trying
finger-
to,
Oh,
he's
that's
trying
right,
to put
yeah.
his finger on
So
it.
if we get a cool toy edition on there, put my lovely mug up there. But no, seriously, I honestly speaking, I like all the changes. The only concern, it's not even a concern. Everything I have right now is like nitpicky things, like the fact that it has Legends Pinball in there 3 times. Like that is such a nuanced little insignificant gripe. It's not really something that I would even plead that they change, because it's just something that I can change on my own. And reality, it doesn't affect gameplay or anything like it. All the changes they made aesthetically, spades for me, because my only concerns prior to that were the lockdown bar being, you know, too busy with that front panel. I thought it was a little too thin in the midsection, and that front faux coin door, it was something I didn't know I needed until I saw it, and immediately as soon as I saw it, I'm like, yes, that is something we 100% needed.
Well,
So I like the changes.
So let's put this out right now to the community. What do you think about AtGames having a mascot and getting something like that put on the top instead of a big Legends Pinball or something, as Doug alluded to? What do you guys think of that? No, Pdubs. We're not talking about putting you on there.
No, I can think of a couple of ideas, but they're not appropriate.
Now,
Let's just put it that way.
Possum
There's a couple
available.
of names and faces I would love to stick on this machine just to have them eat crow, is what I'm saying. So, you know, but what I did like is I was a bit of a stalker. So we released the news, we got the news. I don't think the community realizes they gave us the news, and a lot of us content creators, dude, they gave it to us that late that night, the night before the videos came out. A lot of us were up until like 2 a.m. putting videos together, trying to deliver this news to everybody. And I was stalking all the news, right? I was checking everyone's YouTube videos, looking at the comments. I was looking at Reddit. I was looking at Discord. I was looking at all the Facebook groups, because, you know, there are 9 million Facebook groups. There are too many.
I'm
So I'm
sorry.
going through
I've been
all-
trying to
I'm
tell you
sorry.
that.
Patrick. I'm sorry.
I'm going through all the Facebook groups, and honestly, guys, in my opinion, call me a liar, but I think 90% of people out there were super excited about the changes. There was only about 10% of folks who were still detractors. And the number one complaint I saw that was still being posted was, it says Legends Pinball on it. And I was like, come on, guys, it's their machine. They're allowed to brand it. Who gives a crap? You know what I mean? That's my personal opinion. I don't care that it says Legends Pinball on it. Is it really that big of a deal? But then again, you can't satisfy everybody.
No, but Joe
So there you
Sabo,
go.
that's why he's here. I mean, what would Joe Sabo have to do? You know, have it on there.
Yeah.
Well, I would
Yeah.
agree with that. I mean, but it is their branding and everything. So the next question everybody's asking, and I want to kind of get the panel's idea, is everybody's asking, when are we going to get it? When's pre-order? When's it going to come out? I have my own guesstimations, but I'm going to kind of leave it to you guys to put it out there first. So Glenn, we'll start with you. When do you think when do you think we're going to get a pre-order for this? Glenn,
Well,
that's your cue.
I know. I'm just trying. It's hard to say. These things are so hard to say because right now the manufacturing, everything's still not right. I'm hoping December, at least for pre-orders to come through. When they'll deliver, I don't know.
Well, they're saying
but
it's
I'm
going to
kinda
be
hoping-
delivered in December, so you got
I
to
know.
pick again.
So December 1st, Black Friday.
Okay.
Anytime between now and when they do.
Well, thank you, Glenn, for your analysis on that. Mr.
Very
Doug,
deep, I know.
what's your thought?
I'm gonna make a bold prediction and say that they're going to put pre-orders up on a day that ends in Y.
Nice.
Oh, so
He
Doug
knows
sticks with the
something. He knows something.
he sticks with the safe option.
Me?
People come at me with pitchforks if I give them a solid date. I mean, we see what they do to Arcade1up when they don't
Oh
release
my
something
God.
like it's a movie theater release. They're like, you said that cabinet was going to come out on June 11th at 9 p.m. Where's my damn cabinet?
Yep,
That's
That's-
why we don't want to give hard dates unless we know it for sure.
that's people
Yeah,
for you.
that happened recently to me on a video. Is some guy commented on a video that I made 8 months ago, and he was like, "You said this was gonna happen, and it hasn't happened yet." Like he was yelling at me, and I was like, "I'm sorry, man. I just deliver the news as it's given to me. Like I have no control, you know." And it was pretty funny that I got that comment the other day. But when it comes to pre-orders, guys, I can guarantee you that you will see pre-orders.
Yeah,
And you just end the sentence right there. You just end the sentence right there.
Period.
There will be pre-orders.
Michael
There you
B.
go.
Michael B. Give us something here. Give us something to work with.
There's no answer here. We don't know. No one's told us anything. No one has any idea when the pre-orders are coming out, but we know that the tables are supposed to be here by the end of the year. So, like Glenn said, sometime between now and then, or December 15th. Look for it December 15th, or not then.
Well, I'm just
Two continents. You're getting the same answer on 2 continents, people. Listen.
well. Again, my thinking was to put this out there was I was thinking that they keep stating that it's going to be December, that we're going to get it, but they're you know they would
Did they say
have
2020 December.
They did say
Did they say
2020
2020?
December. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yep. So my thought was Black Friday, like most of you guys were saying, or next week, and that's no inside information from any of us. But it's would you agree that would have to be it in order to get it by Christmas time? Because you're only talking 5 or 6 weeks till Christmas, right?
Yeah,
Typically,
I'm
if
just
you're
zip
getting
my
stuff
lip.
from China, you wanted it on the boat like today.
Right.
It missed the
Right.
boat, man.
Oh man, don't tell me
Or
that.
it's
Don't
disguised as patio furniture
And-
as far as its built plating. I mean, that could be a potential thing. I mean, they could
And remember,
snuck
I'm sorry. Remember, they just made some changes to the machine, which means they have to manufacture them. How many would they even have?
the question. Yeah, but then again, the question is when did they make those changes, right? Like they gave us the information. They gave us the information the other day, but who's to say that stuff wasn't already done a week, 2 weeks ago? The machine's already at the FCC.
Are you
facility
suggesting,
getting tested.
Patrick? Are you suggesting time travel,
Shenanigans?
Patrick?
Am I
Are you
suggesting
suggesting
shenanigans?
time travel? That they went back in time and put these in effect?
I don't know. But if they want to
Hmm.
get this machine to us, at least some units before the holidays, those changes must have happened sooner. If those changes literally happened like the day before and they gave us the information the next day and we put out the announcement, I could see there being a delay, like not getting this product in December. But if the changes were made earlier and they just held on to the news until they were ready, there's potential we're all still going to be happy. So I think once we know more and once AtGames kind of, lets us know what's going on, I think we can hopefully communicate that news, right?
Let's
There's a
go
hang
ahead,
on,
Doug.
sorry,
Go ahead.
There's an important question in the Facebook chat from Angel. It says, "Hey Pdubs, I pre-ordered your stickers. When will I see those?"
Oh wait, I'll answer that. Never.
Oh my God. I have been so bad. I have promised so many folks that I was be selling them the not selling. giving
now
them the
he's
Pdubs
selling 'em.
stickers. No,
Wow.
not selling.
Oh
Giving.
my goodness.
That's why he's not
Give
giving
me-
them away
give it
because
away.
he's trying to jack up
The
the
Pdubs.
price.
Oh my
I
goodness.
know, and they're in a bag like over there on the floor, like somewhere underneath 100 other products. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like
Oh.
I suck. That's why like you'll notice like I haven't done merch on my channel because I don't dealing with merch is just another thing you have to worry about, right? So like
Do you guys hear that?
I'll get to it.
Do you guys hear that?
I'll get to it. But
I hear excuses. Success stops when excuses start. Just saying.
I'll get to it eventually. I'll get to it eventually.
Well, you know what we're gonna do just to make it up to him? Our guy Angel has done a lot for the community. He's made a lot of us these arcade marquees. We use them, and you know he's done a total bang up job for a lot of us here in the community. So we want to tip our hat to Angel. If you guys are looking for a marquee, check this out. All right, guys, again, we want to thank Angel for all of everything he's done for the community and continues to do for the community, and we're proud to have him on as a sponsor here and helping us out. And I want to let everybody know before we get back into this, because we want to talk light guns here in a few minutes, but the next 2 weeks, there's not going to be a Retro Buzz show, so we encourage you to check out some of the other shows. I know Dubs and them will probably be on, so check that out. And the reason for that is next week I have a prior engagement that the week after, you guys have been following my journey and my surgery. I'm actually going to have another surgery. The doctor looked at it after it's healed, and they think that they can take a little bit more off here in the center here and maybe a little bit more off of it to make it look more natural. Again, I've been completely transparent with this going forward, and I'm okay with that because I want everybody to kind of be in this journey, so you're not shocked when we come back and I'm wearing a bandage again, and you're like, wait, he just had the surgery. So I am going to be. Yeah, I'm going to be having surgery again. So it was one of those things where I was like, well, you know, if they can make it better and it's going to better my health in the future, I'm going to go for it. So just so you know, the next 2 weeks, we're not going to have that. And I also want to give a shout out real quick to the guys that have been, let's see if my trigger works. Hey, there it is. These guys all jumped on board and have joined the channel, and you guys can also join the channel. So give big shout out to Your Average Gamer, Adam Kalb, Pdubs Arcade Loft, and Complete Geek TV. Guys, thank you so much for joining.
Steven, how do I join the channel? How do I do it?
Yeah, hit the join button, man. Hit the join button. And so I haven't done it, but this week I'm going to put a video out and tell you, besides the funky little icons that you get, what I want to do is do a Zoom get together with everybody that joins the channel that wants to learn more about content creation, video production. If I can give some assistance with setting up your lighting, your microphone techniques, things of that nature, cameras, what if you're thinking about getting stuff, what kind of cameras you should buy, if you have a budget, suggestions that I have. This is stuff that I have from the broadcast industry that I'm hoping to be able to bring to you. So it's a small give back. We can talk about paper bags.
Yeah, you could talk to me. You go to the store and you get these bags.
That's going to be on your join. Wait a second. Wait, I got to take this lower there. How many do you have?
You can never have enough. You know, it keeps going.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
So
I got to be honest, Steven. I got to be honest. I'm not happy with this change. You are way too ridiculously good looking now. Like,
yeah, okay.
Doug's in trouble. Doug might be on the pinball machine.
You know,
Yeah.
You know, it might be
Haywood on the pinball hair out. I'm trying to get the Fabio looks to counterbalance Steven, you know, coming up on my heel.
Right, listen to this.
But you know what? You know what's funny though, Steven, is like I respect you, because think about it. You were doing this for a decade. You've been on the air with that medical condition, and you didn't let that stop you. You didn't let that hold you back. Think about it. A lot of guys with that kind of medical condition would not be on social media. You are a brave man. I admire you for that. But what I would have done is now at this point, now we need to have fun with it. We need to bring back the nose as like a character on the show. Like you need to own it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we need to have like a 5th box, and in the box is Stephen Haywood's old nose. You know what I mean? And you have like a segment like the nose.
The nose. Hey, you know what?
The nose.
Maybe we could do that.
Dude, you need to own it.
Maybe we could do that for Legends Center season 2. Maybe that might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, and I appreciate the support. I see a lot of guys in the chat room. Again, I'm flabbergasted by all the support, but guys, honestly, I want to embrace this. I know it's there, but it's also I want everybody to be inspired. Just go after what you love to do. So, with that said, let's talk light guns. Guys, there's been a revision in the light guns from AtGames. Yep. Yay or nay? Tell me why. Glenn, you're shaking your head, almost falling off. Tell me.
Well, I'm really excited about this, man. This is a really cool technology they're having. It's I don't know if they've released the price on it yet, but they've been pretty good with everything else. But I'm just really excited for it. We were going to release our own light guns, and we decided not to. One, because what AtGames is doing here, but also because some other company released a halfway decent one, I guess. So we're not doing that. But you know, again, that Legends, man, they are just pumping out peripherals, they're pumping out software applications. I'm gonna get one. I'm actually gonna get one, and the best part is, I guarantee it's gonna fit one of these bags.
How did I know it was coming back to the bag? Doug, I think you named the show wrong. It should have been Back to the Bag.
There we go. Yeah.
All right, Doug. What's your take?
I like the new design aesthetic of it. The old one, to me, just looked a little toyish. Like, obviously, I love my toys or whatever, but if I'm playing arcade games and light gun games, I don't want to feel like I have a Nerf blaster in my hand, and that's what the original design kind of looked at. Looked very, safety orange and cream color. It reminded me too much of a Nerf gun. This one kind of blends in more with the aesthetic of the Legends cabinet, so I like what they did with it. I've got one on pre-order and excited to see how it works.
Now, before Dubs and Michael B answer, a lot of people aren't liking the light bar that's on there. Why don't you talk to that? Because I know you guys don't mind the design, but why don't you talk to that?
Okay, so I think the community or the folks who are detractors about the light bar, well, first off, I think it's huge. Like, if you guys saw my live stream the other day,
it's huge.
4:30 in the morning. Like, one of the guys is like, Patrick, guess what? The light bar is on that picture, and I'm tired. I'm doing this live stream at 4:30 in the morning. Take a look, and yeah, sure enough, it's on there. It's like you can tell in the live stream. I watched the replay. I'm like, wow, that's pretty big. You know, it is quite a large. It is quite a large sensor bar, right? But unlike other folks, I get it because guys, Glenn hit the nail on the head in the first 10 minutes of the show when he said AtGames did not originally design this cabinet for certain features, right? This was not a light gun cabinet. Even today, this is not a light gun cabinet. You know, if this was originally intended to be a light gun cabinet during the original design phase, you would have designed it with the sensor being hidden or a way to hide the sensor, much like the Buck Hunter cabinet coming out from Arcade1up. You guys really can't see anything in there, right? Even if there was a sensor, right? You wouldn't see it because it would be hidden. But they gave us the ability to play light gun games because the community asked for it. So when you look at this cabinet behind you, you're like, well, how are you going to make it work? How are you going to make it work, right? It's doing something it wasn't originally intended to do. So, you know, we're just going to have to grit and bear it. Like, if you want to play light gun games on it, you know, it's not going to look pretty, you know, is what I'm saying, because it wasn't designed for that. You know, just kudos to AtGames. How about say thanks, AtGames, for giving me the opportunity to do this? Why not say thanks, AtGames, you know, for letting me do something that, you know, you didn't have to do. Does that make sense?
Awesome.
All right,
awesome point. Awesome point.
What about you, Michael B?
Yeah, you never want to tell people they're spoiled, but I mean, we're being spoiled in this sense right now. I mean, you want to play Revolution X in style, yeah, I get it, but like, you know, we can still play light gun games. I don't think the thing has to stay on there all the time, does it? Just when you want to play a light gun game, put it on, and when you don't, take it off if it bothers you that much. Just enjoy the fact that we can do it.
I agree.
I mean, think about the old 16-bit consoles, 8-bit consoles, the peripherals that came out. Jesus,
Yeah.
it was crazy. So this is really nothing compared to that. And Pdubs, I couldn't have said it better because I didn't, but you did. And valid point. I mean, they're adding some features on here that was never in the design at all, but you're going to be able to play it. I personally think the gun looks cool, and I'm not looking up there anyway. I'm looking at the screen, at my target, but knowing me, I'm about that far away from it because, you know, I'm bad, but I'll get it that
Doing
way.
the duck hunt cheat.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so
Yeah.
I think it's unanimous. I mean, everybody's just like, you know, enjoy it for what it is. I'm sure other revisions, just like if you look at cell phones and smartphones when they came out, they were bricks and now they're thinner and bigger and, you know. So let's talk about something else that we haven't talked about in a couple weeks, and that's a recent huge title. And I know, Doug, you're really excited about this, that iiRcade managed to score. And I'll give Dubs a chance to get his glasses back on. But Doug, talk to us a little bit about this.
Yeah, Retromania Wrestling, the official sequel to WrestleFest. So it's no secret that WWE/WWF, well, they're not fans of releasing WrestleFest in any way, shape, or form. So as much as we all want to see that released in some sort of arcade function, it's just not going to happen, at least not without some severe changes to it. So the next best thing is Retromania, the official sequel that is updated, still has that same, you know, arcade style gameplay. We got updated rosters, updated modes. We got a lot of today's best indie / you know, I don't want to call them second tier because they're not, but lesser known, because people think, well, if you're not in WWE, you're not a superstar wrestler. These people are all superstars, consummate professionals of their trade. And I can't wait to play this, especially on the iiRcade, because to me, you know, I could play WrestleFest on some sort of emulation with an Xbox controller, but it's not the same as having that arcade experience. So to be able to play this officially through the iiRcade is super exciting to me.
I don't care about the game. I don't care about it. I care about the content creators that are on the sideline of the game.
Yeah, that's another thing. We got, you know, John Riggs, we got RGT85, we got the Game Chasers, you know, some good people that love professional wrestling as well as retro video games, being able to, you know, have a tip of the cap, so to speak, a nice little cameo in there. I mean, that is a very cool add-in that, you know, a major publishing company wouldn't, you know, even entertain that idea, let alone, you know, say, sure, let's program them in there. So, you know,
now, if you want to see us in the game, you need the Konami code. Put in the Konami code, and you'll unlock the RetroBuzz.
Well, wait a second. I heard that they didn't want to put us as commentators because they wanted Glen in there and Negan as celebrity death match. That's what I heard.
We're still finalizing the contract, so you probably should have said that. But
I'm sorry.
Bag now.
I'm sorry.
Bag now, so it's in progress. Yep.
Stevie Richards told me that it was coming, so I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dubs.
This is actually a great conversation. All right, let's be a bunch of catty girls having tea here. Let's have a great conversation here. Check this out, guys. Let's say now we're not cool enough like all those other YouTubers who are ending up in the game. But if you did,
you
end
may
up
not
in the
be.
game,
We are. Whoa. We're
but
very cool. Hold on.
No, listen.
But
if we
did, you there, right?
If we did end up in the game, where would you want to be in the game? Like, you know, John Riggs is at the announcer tables and things like that. I could see Glenn being that guy, like, you know, trying to mod the ring. He's gonna be like on his hands and knees. He's like on his hands and knees trying to mod the ring, doing something creepy to the ring. So he'll be on the sidelines doing that, right?
I just want to be in sweat in my bags.
Yeah, I just want to be in the crowd. I just want to be in the crowd, like with the sign going, ah, you know, that's all I want. But what about you, Cool Toy, Michael B, the Tech Buzz? Where would you want to be in the game? You want to be a referee? Cool Toy, you're pretty enough to be a valet. Are you going to be a valet?
No. I want to be in the ring. I want to be taking
look
on,
at that.
I want to be taking on
out.
Matt Cardona and Brian Myers, some other action figure aficionados like myself. I want to have that full one-on-one experience of getting my ass kicked by some professional wrestlers.
Did you see those 8-inch pythons?
Holy
Did you see
cow.
those
Look at Glenn.
I'm feeling faint. Doug, could you get again?
Woo! Michael B, where are you going to be, buddy?
I think I'd like to take the Mike McGurk spot and be the ring announcer in this one. That's what I'd want to do.
Mike McGurk. I haven't heard that name in years.
Finkel. Howard Finkel.
Howard Finkel.
Yep. What about you, Tech Buzz?
I think it would be cool to be part of a tag team. I really do. I was a big fan of the Rockers back in the 90s. You know, before Shawn Michaels went on his solo tour. I thought I thought they were just like the coolest. That was the first tag team that I really liked. My brother and I used to imitate them, and they were always. I liked the high flyers. And then when Coco Beware and Owen Hart got together, they became a fan favorite of ours just because of high flyers. I always liked the high flyers, so that's something I would like to do because I'm not built like Doug, so I would have to rely on hitting. Glenn, you and I could be a tag team, and we could like hit them because we're fast and we could hit from the air.
You can use me as a weapon. You can actually pick me up and like slam me on people.
Yeah, there we go. So I think that would be fun. That would be really cool.
Well, so I was on the iiRcade broadcast, and of course, Mike was on the Retrosoft Studios head. So, gonna talk to him, and I'm gonna beg and plead. See. I'm basically I'm gonna whore myself out, and we'll see what happens. So,
hey, he was on here.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
He was on here. We might be able to talk to him, but either way, congratulations to Jong.
Yes,
we're looking forward to it. It's awesome that you were able to get that title on there, and I'm looking forward to playing it. But there was also some news from Arcade1up. Man, this is the first show in a long time we've been able to say that there's a lot of news coming. I mean, we'll get into the Outrun before the end of the show here, but Doug, talk to us about a little bit of the countercades that hit, or partycades, excuse me.
Yeah, Partycades, Wallcades. So HSN Home Shopping Network put up 3 brand new 8-in-1 Partycades. You got a Miss Pac-Man, a Pac-Man, and a Centipede with all sorts of great game lineups. Really good bang for your buck as far as I'm concerned. $199 is the price point they're selling at right now on Home Shopping Network. But all 3 of the units have 8 built-in games. They're all good games. And you got that 3 ways to play. You can put it on a wall, put it on a stand, make it like a barcade, whatever you want to do. So good looking machines. This isn't the first time they've done these Wallcades, Partycades, but with each iteration, they seem to get better and better as far as game lineups. So
they got Glens. There's Asteroids
right there. That's my baby.
But hopefully, when people start getting these in hand soon, there's no report back issues like the original Xevious. There was some complaints having that diamond restrictor gate versus, the square restrictor gate. So hopefully these are all optimized correctly. Just looking at the game lineups, I don't really see anything that jumped out at me too much as far as something that might be problematic. But they're good looking. I mean, obviously, people have been very vocal about being tired of Pac-Man. But this black version, I mean, that's a good looking little Wallcade, Partycade, whatever you want to call it. I like that blacked out version of the Pac-Man versus the bright yellow myself.
Guys, what do you think? Are you getting one, Glenn? Are you gonna get an Asteroids Partycade since you're out of room?
To be honest, the only spot I have is like right over there. That's my only spot. I can hang it.
I see some walls available.
I could go on the ceiling, but I do have room. I can go straight up. I got room up here. But actually, I do want to get one. I haven't gotten one yet, but I really like the option of hanging on a door. I do think it's a really cool design that they had, where it could be on a table, on a wall, or on a door. That's a huge win, I think, for them. I just haven't found the one that I want yet. And like people hate Pac-Man, I'm not there yet, but I have like 500 different Asteroids machines in the house. So I'm going to see what else they come out with, and I'll probably get one then.
What about you guys? Pdubs?
I have no interest at all in the Partycade, Wallcade products.
Party pooper.
I just don't like, the way my house is set up and with how much crap I have everywhere. Like, honestly, hanging these on the wall. I don't have a single one. I'll never get one. I'm just not into them. It's not my thing. And also too, if I do the math and look at how much money I've spent on Arcade1up products, I've spent well over $1,000 on Pac-Man in the last couple of years. I just can't spend another dollar on Pac-Man. In fact, it haunts me at night. I'm so worried that, like, literally, it haunts my dreams. It haunts my life, Pac-Man. And I'm so sick of it, too, because if you guys have been following my channel, I keep having a bad experience with every goddamn Pac-Man, every stupid Pac-Man product that shows up at my goddamn door. It's ridiculous. In fact, guys, I'm so worried. Like, Arcade1up sent me my tracking number today for my Outrun racing cabinet. I'm worried when I open the goddamn box, there's going to be a Pac-Man cabinet inside of it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God!
Like, I'm sick of it.
John
Like,
D,
I'm
this is
over
your
it.
chance, man.
Gotcha.
I'm over it.
Pac-Man.
I'm over it. No more Pac-Man. No, seriously. Like, don't they have licenses for hundreds of other games? Like, isn't that what John D says? He's like, we have all these licenses. Well, use them. We're tired of seeing Pac-Man.
Well, we're
you know what I mean?
we're getting to that. Michael B, you getting one?
I don't care.
We actually, it's awful cold here in Canada, so they don't offer the Partycades here. If they did, I probably would be interested in getting maybe the Asteroids one because that's a cab I don't have. And the wall leading into my arcade is about all the room I have left right now because I'm just about completely out of room. So that'd fit nicely there.
I think it would be cool if somebody, my wife's not listening, I don't think. I was thinking about getting one and hanging it on the bathroom door down here because I'm also going to buy a guy's going to sell me a PS3, one of the kiosks, and I'm going to put that in the bathroom. And I'm going to put that in the bathroom. Yeah, he's giving it to me for $300, and I'm going to put that in the bathroom and hang the TV that I have in the bathroom. You guys have seen the Instagram, but I thought it would be cool to hang a Partycade on the back of a door, and I thought it would be hilarious to put it in the bathroom and just like let it run, especially if you could get it cheap enough. But that would be my only reason to get one.
See, and usually when a guy's in the bathroom that long, they wonder what you're doing. Oh, I'm really playing Pac-Man. I'm serious. I'm not doing anything else.
Well,
Yeah.
let's
You in there playing with your joystick, Glenn?
let's talk
Yeah, I can
about
see-
something other than Pac-Man, right? You
All right,
said
all right.
you said you didn't want to talk about Pac-Man. We're not going to talk about Pac-Man. Let's talk about this
hate Pac-Man.
this Outrun cabinet, and it's fashioned after the Star Wars cabinet, the sit down.
Yep.
I'm curious. Before I say anything, I'm curious, Michael B. Let's start with you. What's your initial reaction when you saw this cabinet? Is this a buy? I know you don't have room, but is this a buy?
Yes and no. I really like it, but I've said so many times I don't like the fact that it's going to be so much lower than the rest of my cabinets. It won't match up. I would like to wait for a stand-up version. That's where I stand. Hopefully one comes to Canada.
Can't you put it on your dining room table? It looks like it would fit.
Oh, I got to come back to this, Glenn, because you're going to owe me money for this. But here's another idea for something you can build. You got to build the hydraulic Testarossa that goes with this. That's your next invention.
The pitches and rolls.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's thinking. He's
I
thinking.
am. You know, there was a company called Connex. It was called the Multisystem in the 90s, and they actually developed a hydraulic chair for their system. Of course, the whole thing flopped, didn't come out, but not a bad idea.
Well, while we're on it, Glenn, what was your take with this? I know you don't have any room, but is this an ideal way to make this sit down?
I can, kids, Cole's, they used to have those car beds.
Oh yeah.
I can make it into that for him. He can sleep in it. We can play it. It'll be fine. But I do like it. I'm very happy that Arcade1up came out with a driving cabinet, but this particular driving cabinet's not for me. I want a Daytona and VR Racing, which I'm sure will come out one day, and that's the one I want. I'll be first in line to get it. Outrun was never really my game. Pole position was my game, or Super Sprint was my game. Just Outrun never really did it for me, but I take my hat off to them doing it. Unlike Michael B, who's being a boo-boo about it, I like that it's a sit-down cabinet. I do like that. And there's no reason why you can't put it on your dining room table and make it adjustable.
All right,
and I do think, and I do think that the controller is probably built off a pot, like they did with the Star Wars arcade. So I think with the controller, they'll probably be okay. So I think it'll be a nice cabinet. If that's your game, I think you will like it.
Pdubs, what do you think?
Well, mine is the Costco Super Pac-Man. This will be the only fall lineup Arcade1up product that I've purchased. You guys will notice I haven't been making review videos. I haven't been buying them. I've had zero interest in all the other cabinets, but I really want to have a racing cabinet. And I was super excited about it because I'm also a big fan of the Outrun games. I like the Outrun games. Not everybody does. So, of course, I placed my pre-order, right? But then I got nervous when the Arcade1up showed that pic of their Arcade1up employee, Mike, who I met Mike at CES. And Mike is about the same size as me, about 5'11", 200 plus pounds. So like when I saw how cramped he looked in that photo, it made me second guess my purchase, right? And I remember I put a post on my channel saying, "What do you guys think? Should I cancel? This guy's the same size as me. I'm worried about comfort." That's all I said. I didn't bash it. I just said I'm worried about comfort. And some folks were like, "No, get it, don't get it." But I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to cancel the order because I want to try this thing out. And there's always you mod it, right? Like I'll make it fit. You know what I mean? So personally,
what
I'm
she
excited. Personally, I'm excited about it. It's good to see Arcade1up get away from doing goddamn Pac-Man cabinets and giving us something different.
Mr. Doug, what you're a big Sega guy. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm an unapologetic Sega fanboy. I'm all in for this for sure. I'm not worried just because I think it's super. I mean, this is just me making a guesstimation, but even if I'm wrong in my guesstimation, my modding capabilities will save me in the long run, so to speak, or the outrun. But being able to just take that front panel out, that front kick plate panel, and then put the pedals inside, like I don't see any physical limitation why I couldn't do that, which would alleviate a lot of the cramping or the condensation areas where I'm like I'm just so jam packed in there because I'm bigger than Patrick. I'm 6'2", so like I got long legs. I'm gonna need to like extend them, and I think I'll be able to do that just by simply removing that kick plate, putting in there, and having a much more ergonomically desirable footrest and placement for a driving cabinet. So I think everything, all those concerns, I think they'll be easily fixed. At least I hope. And even if they're not, I'll make it work one way or the other.
Well, I can tell you
when I
go ahead.
Sorry. Well, I was going to tell you when I met Cool Toy at CES, and he was 6'2" and I'm 5'11", and I'm looking up at Cool Toy like it would have been intimidating. It would have been intimidating until he turned to the side, and he's so skinny he disappeared from view when he turned sideways. There was no longer any intimidation at that point. I was like, yeah, I could still take him. I could take him.
Well, what I was going to tell you is I'm 6'2" like Doug, so I'm the same size as him, and I have the sit-down Star Wars cabinet, and honestly, it's comfortable. But my reservation with the driving one is, when I'm in the driving cabinets, I like to sit back. Where the Star Wars, you're kind of like hunched over because of the way the flight yoke is. I think let me put it this way. Do you think they made a mistake by not including some form of back support with this because you're sitting up? I'm just asking. I'm not condemning them. Just a thought. It's just something I observed.
No, because if you had that back support, you wouldn't be able to do the gangster lean where you put your up and you get way back there.
They see me rolling.
Yeah. But I mean, a back support would be it would have to be adjustable because, everybody's shaped and sized differently. So what might be comfortable for me may not be comfortable for Patrick or Glenn or something like that. So, and, from a cost cutting perspective, we know why they use this bench because they already had, all the resources and tools available from the Star Wars bench. Why not, just put some new stickers on it and save some money? So I get why they did it. Plus, we already know that they're going to sell a stand-up version. So people that really want a better experience or don't care for the sit-down experience, don't worry, save your money. You can buy a stand-up version.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. There is a super chat in here from Detroit Love, and
it's your boy.
It's your boy. And so I'm trying to pull it up here real quick because my thing's not working really good tonight. So I apologize to you Facebook folks.
Detroit problems.
Detroit, yeah. It doesn't look like an automobile. They could have put a wheel decals on the bench and cabinet, back on the seat. He agrees with me on the back on the seat as well. For the driving cabinet, I agree. They could have did like a little, even if it was a wooden thing with the cheap seat that they have on the Star Wars. It looks like a sled. I would agree. And for the Star Wars, it works, but not this. I would agree with that. What do you guys think?
Well, it's again, if you really want it, you can mod it. I mean, you can definitely get your own back panel, some decals, and fix it up. So it's not like gonna ruin the experience. But I agree. Like I'm sitting on this little stool here that's killing my back because I'm an old man, and I want to lean back. If I do, I'm going almost went over.
He almost did go
what
over.
Are you gonna do? You can fix that, or just go get a lawn chair. Go to Walmart, buy a green aluminum lawn chair, sit it down, and you can sit there, and just drive your game.
You could always put a bag over top of it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I got to talk to him about that because I got to talk to the supermarket because I need bigger fruit bags.
Bigger fruit bags.
we talk about something else?
Really quick, because then we're gonna have to wrap it.
I know, but this
Oh,
is actually
oh.
this is actually really important. I don't know, Stephen, if while we're chatting, you can immediately hop on Twitter and pull up Mel Kirk from Zen Studios. Late last night, he put some videos up on Twitter of Marvel
some
gameplay
gameplay.
footage. The very first gameplay footage we've ever seen from the Marvel cabinet with the real hardware. So by all means, if you want to show that to the audience and we can chat about that real quick.
You
that
know
would be
what?
great.
I can absolutely pull that up. And let me do this here. So I'm going to do my best. It might be a little stuttery, guys, but you guys can look it up. And that's only because of, with network and bringing everybody in. So this is not a reflection of this. Let's just say that.
I can only assume that with the, you got to know that these companies go tit for tat, right? So with AtGames dropping announcements, it's only fitting that Mel Kirk gets out of bed in the middle of the night and finally shows us some gameplay footage of the Marvel pinball machine like we've all been asking for. Jesus, that guy needs a haircut. Okay, so let's go look here. So go back to the table. Guys, we want your honest opinion of what do you guys think of what the footage that we've seen here. You can go ahead and put that on replay or whatnot.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Well, I have to be careful because I want to make sure we don't get in trouble for showing something that they didn't want us to show, and we get a cease and desist.
It's his product. We're showing his product that he showed. There's nothing wrong with it. So
okay.
But yeah, this is actually kind of exciting to see it play. And I'll tell you what, though, it looked like it was running really good. It looks like they did hit the 60 frames per second. That ball is zipping across the play field. So in regards to gameplay speed and everything, guys, I actually think that looks pretty good. But this camera angle doesn't really tell me like how good is the play field depth. You know what I mean? Like when you're standing in front of it. Cool Toy, what do you think of the footage?
Like you said, the angle is going to be a hard thing. I mean, just capturing footage of a pinball machine, whether it be virtual or physical, is a difficult thing because of the vertical nature of it. So you're automatically going to like, hey, do I just whip out a cell phone and hold it like this and call it good, or how close is too close for the camera? So like, I get why they try to do like the wide angle, so to speak, to show him playing it. I would like a follow-up that's like literally just as close in on that table as possible. But for me personally, I think it looks good. I have no reservations about my Star Wars pinball machine that I've got on pre-order. Everything I saw on that Marvel table is exactly what I expected to see on the Star Wars table. So I'm feeling good right now about my pre-order.
Awesome. What about you, Glenn? What do you think about it?
Well, the big thing for me and for everyone out there is the latency and the frames per second. Now we can see that it was running good. We'll have to see how the latency is on it. But I'm going to be honest right now. I'm more excited about the AtGames machine, to be honest. I just think that it's got more features on it that I would personally like for myself. That's it.
Michael B.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm in Canada. I'm one of the lucky people. I already have an Attack from Mars pre-ordered. I think I might have been one of the very first people to actually get one. So seeing that last night gave me a lot of confidence that I'm going to be playing Attack from Mars and Medieval Madness in pretty good shape there. So looked really good.
I think it'll be interesting. I think both of these guys are putting
I just wish both of these companies and maybe even like Well Played, who we really haven't heard much of. I wish all these companies would like put out like extended, professionally shot, professionally captured demonstrations of these machines, these little sneak peeks from their daughter's bedroom and stuff like that. Like it's really not doing their machines justice. In fact, I've noticed that a lot of folks are like, well, that's fine, but you only showed me 10 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, during that 10 seconds, that Marvel pinball table looked like it was running really well. It looked like it was running really good, which I was happy to see that. But, you give a mouse a cookie, they want a glass of milk. And before some people spend $500, they need more information, right?
But you know what, though? That was the same question, Pdubs, that people had for you when you got the Toy Shock. And Toy Shock was smart enough to send it to you early. But people were reserved. In fact, I only bought mine because you kept telling me, it's like, oh, no, it's good for what it is. And you didn't oversell it, but you're like, you'll enjoy it. But I think you're right on. I think they're not doing themselves justice by just these camera videos, and I know camera videos can do well. Get it on a capture card if you can with an HDMI. Let's see it in native playback.
Or at least get some professional video people there to record this correctly. Maybe that's an idea.
Yeah, I mean, because if your ball's moving at 60 frames per second, little video lesson for you guys here that are watching this. If your ball's moving at 60 frames a second, but you're shooting at 30 frames a second, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have a lot of drop frames, and it's going to look jittery and stuttery, and that's what people don't understand.
Why are you bringing mathematics into this? All right?
I'm
This is a
sorry.
gaming show. I don't want
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was told there will be no math.
Hey, pay attention because the test is coming up. But
No, come on.
But think about that, though. And I'm not saying they didn't shoot it, but it could actually be performing a lot better than what it was. But if he was shooting it with a standard iPhone, unless he had HDR on it, it was only doing 30 frames a second. And I'm sure Twitter was only showing it. I mean, wouldn't you guys agree? I mean, that's not doing it justice. And same with AtGames.
You're right.
So
you want us to say it? Fine. You're right.
Hey, it's the only time in the show that I get to be right. Let me be right, darn it.
Yeah, right. No, you're 100% right. You know, standard broadcast, frames per second is 30, 24 for the film industry, 60 for gaming. So, I mean, if you want to show what this can really do, you've got to be at least 60 frames per second in your video capturing just to properly, encode and recode what you're trying to show the audience.
Yep.
Right. And if it's digital, make sure you have a high bit rate as well, so you're not losing anything in that translation.
Yeah.
So.
All that stuff. So, either way, guys, right now.
Yeah, Doug,
go ahead.
Well, like for instance, Doug, every time I render a video from my video production software, it renders, I believe, like you said, at 24 frames per second. So what does that mean if I'm trying to render a video shot at 60 frames per second, but my render's at 24 frames per second?
It's dropping frames.
Exactly.
Right. So every time I do a pinball video, people are like, "You're a liar. There's lag. You're a jerk.
Yep.
It's a scandal." And I'm like, "No, it's a render of a render of a render."
What you got to do is on the screen, you got to put 24 frames per second video. Done at this.
Well, I mean,
to
be fair, like my video right now is running at 1080p 60 into the TriCaster. You guys, I'm bringing you all in at 1080p 30. So somewhere along the line, there's a bottleneck, right? So I have to.
That's why I look this way, because you're only getting me at the 30.
Well, so no, I have to.
Like Doug. I'm much more like Doug.
I have to dial it back.
They're to keep me down. That's what they're doing.
But we send out the video. It's 1080p 30 frames because we make everything match, so there's no lag. You don't. Well, sometimes you see Glenn. He's got that. What is it? The max headroom look. But I mean, in all seriousness, so hold your reservations for all these companies that are shooting cell phone videos of their pinball tables. I think the panelists here all agreed that the machines, they have no reservations. Am I right, guys?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
Nope. I believe that both Arcade1up as well as AtGames both hit 60 frames per second. There's not going to be flipper lag or things of that nature. Both Farsight Studios and Zen Studios have optimized their platforms to deliver a great pinball experience. And the question for the consumer is, what features, price, size, as well as games interest you the most? And then make your decision. Or be like me and buy them all, right? So, I mean, it's up to you. So, but the number one thing... The number one thing we've learned is that if we weren't live streaming right now and rendering Glen would look like an exact twin of Cool Toy. That's what we've learned tonight.
True. Separated at birth.
That is your takeaway. For
so this is so what you're saying is this is 8-bit Glen, and if he was rendering right, he would be 64-bit.
VHS versus 4K Blu-ray. I mean, that's
right. And just look at our original show stills of us. You two look great. I look like a.
Oh, everybody better screenshot that one.
Yep.
Now that's the artwork I want on my Legends pinball machine.
Hey, AtGames, you just got your mascot. All right, guys, we got to wrap this up. I'm going to go down the line. Michael B, starting with you. Tell everybody where they can find you if they've been living under a rock, and I sure hope I got that address right on your lower third.
Yeah, no, you did not.
All right, I'll fix it. You start talking and I'll fix it.
It's not Genie like in Weenie.
Genie.
So you guys can find me on YouTube, Michael B The Game Genie, and
Did I do it right like that?
Nope.
You said like weenie.
Too many E's. Too many E's.
Oh, come on.
You can also find me on Twitter at Mike B Game Genie, on Instagram, Michael B 1980. I'm everywhere, man. I've been doing this for a long time. Come check out my stuff. I like Nintendo. I like arcade stuff, and love to talk to you.
Awesome. And I apologize about the lower third there. You were having difficulties in the beginning, so I didn't get a chance to ask you, but I'll leave it up here for a few seconds, guys, so you can go subscribe to Mike.
Still not right, but that's okay.
It's not okay. All right. Well, spell it. It's Geny. Is that what you said?
No,
Game Genie.
Genie, as in Game Genie from Galoob.
Game Genie, like this.
Cheat device, you know.
You know what? I honestly thought it was like, like Genie, the girl's name. I thought maybe you were doing
door
something.
opener. You're a garage door opener. That's what you were.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So there you guys got it. YouTube.com/Michael B The Game Genie, Genie. We'll leave it there. And then we also got this guy, my former partner in crime from Legends Center, Mr. Pdubs. I think I got yours, Pdubs Arcade Loft on YouTube. So guys, go subscribe.
YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Grindr, Tinder. We're farmers market, like we're everywhere.
Wait, you're on Tinder?
Yep.
Why?
And guys, big announcement for the channel. Use coupon code Pdubs and you'll get a free night stay at the Ramada Inn.
Oh my goodness.
So don't forget to use that coupon code. But yeah, thanks as always for having us come in. For those who watch your show and also watch our show, guys, there is not going to be an episode of Super Game Room Dudes tonight. So unfortunately, we're not going to be broadcasting Super Game Room Dudes this week. So just a heads up there.
But something's happening on Sunday. Is something happening on Sunday?
No, it's not this Sunday. It's next Sunday. The Build Your Own Legends thing. Yeah. So next Sunday, the 29th, will be the first follow-up episode on the Build Your Own Legends contest. Make sure you guys tune in for that. That'll be me, Nostalgia Tampa Tech, as well as we'll have some of the folks who are building their own legends on the show as well to show off the status of their projects. So contest just started a couple days ago, right? So
Thursday,
very cool
at noon.
Very cool stuff.
So it sounds like Glen is going to be on that show. So you guys make sure you pay attention. And I want to give a shout out to Mr. Your Boy, Detroit Love. We're going to get you on in the future, too. I just ran out of inputs here, so we had to settle for this guy, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know, it is what it is. But, yeah, go check him out. Really appreciate you guys coming on, especially short notice. And Mr. Douglas Smith, what's in the pot stewing for this week?
Oh, just stuff that'll cost you money. The usual. You'll thank me later. You all won't, but you
yeah, I know, Daniel. YouTube.com/CoolToy. Make sure you guys go check it out. And this guy right here. What do we got coming up, Mr. Glen?
I'm going to show you the best stores to get the best bags for your collection.
You should do a video with that.
But seriously, this was great. I've been doing YouTube now for a little over 6 years, and one of the dreams I had was not only to be what I'm doing right now with you guys, which is phenomenal for me anyway. Although I'm frozen right now. Am I even saying anything?
Yeah, you're moving. You're moving. You're moving. You're good.
I'm frozen on my side. So that was one. The other one was about 2 years ago when I starting my 10,000 Facebook groups that Pdubs is all mad about to get the community people and these companies to engage. And I'm so proud of how far we've all come with this. That these companies are taking us gamers seriously, they're actually listening to us. And I have just a huge amount of respect for you guys, even Pdubs. I have huge respect for you guys. and also huge respect out to AtGames, Arcade1up, iiRcade, New Wave Toys, all these other companies. They're actually joining us and engaging us. And I'm only 25 years old, but I've been aged trying to make this happen. And I'm just very thankful to not only you, my friends, my fellow YouTube content creators, but also people out there watching us now. I mean, it really means a lot to me and all of us. You guys are here, and that we're a community, and it just means a lot. It almost tears me up, almost, not quite.
Are you
Taco
retiring?
Bell-
Are you giving your? Are you retiring or something or what? What's going on?
No, I was getting my speech, my year-end speech.
Oh.
An award. You said I was getting an award. Didn't you say I was getting an award for something?
No. That's for later. Don't talk about that right now.
You know, it's actually, you know, this is actually really important, and to piggyback off what Glenn said. So, for instance, the fact that, you know, Glenn created all these great Facebook groups, and we've been following in his footsteps and stuff, and it gave the companies an opportunity, a platform to communicate directly with their consumers. So, for instance, I just got great news from the Toy Shock folks, and we actually have a huge announcement that they're going to be making on their Facebook fan page for the folks who have been following on their fan page. So, you know, these kind of special events wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for some
Oh,
of those
just
groups.
dish it, will you? Tell us what
So,
it is. Come on.
No, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. But I think we'll be doing an announcement. It's either going to be Saturday or Sunday. So I wasn't going
Okay.
to say anything.
Okay.
But
perfect.
yeah, guys,
Perfect.
yep,
We're not
we
going to
got-
broadcast this till Monday. So if you put it in now, it's gonna be announced till Monday. So tell us.
Right. But it's really cool. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm minding my own business. All of a sudden my phone pings, and it's Linda Falke. She's like, Patrick, we want to do this awesome thing for the fans on the fan page. What do you think? I'm like, that's a great idea. She's
Cool.
like, let's set it up and all that stuff. So these groups do serve a purpose for sure.
Does that mean my
But then
1.3 board's coming?
But we do. But we do.
Asking for a friend.
You're so funny. So these groups do serve a purpose. And I just wish the community would continue to stay positive, have fun, and just enjoy gamers and gaming.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
and not everything is a freaking controversy or a scandal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we're here to play games and have fun.
Yeah, this
That's
isn't
what
the
these groups
election
should be all
after
about.
all. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it too
Well, there you
early?
go. I said my piece. I said my piece.
All right.
There you go.
Guys, I really hope you enjoyed the show. We wanted to go back to basics. We wanted to give you the high quality show that you guys remember with the Retro Buzz, full of great content. I hope you liked it. Leave comments on your respective content creators' video when they upload this. Let us know. Did you like the way the Retro Buzz is going? This video, this show. I thought it was great. We had a great time. Feel free to check out everything that we have. Go subscribe to the channels. You can find me, the Tech Buzz, everywhere. Guys, we'll see you in a couple weeks. Really appreciate all the support. And until next time, guys, keep it buzzing.